Okay, so this is me talking about the Black Panther character. Um, this is gonna be my. I think I realized who is the main protagonist of Civil War, and it's Black Panther because he is the heart and soul of him, and he's got the strongest character arc, and pretty much most of the film rests on his shoulders of Civil War. Not Captain America, actually. Captain America is the whiny, angsty bitch that thinks he's doing the right thing, but it's lying to himself when he's just doing what's nostalgia to him. So I could go in talking about, like I have in my past videos of Civil War, like talking about all the little details and how Captain America is the absolute unlikable douche. And it points to that reason why Captain America is an unlikable douche. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to talk about the Black Panther, the real Black Panther film, called Captain America Civil War, that came out in 2016. And I'm going to explain, and it's really more of an Avenger movie with Black Panther carrying most of the weight of the film, while Captain America is just being the jackass of the film. The unlikable jackass that you think you're supposed to like, but until you put in all these reasons why he's unlikable, when you really dissect the film, you realize, holy shit, the most likable character is Black Panther because he's the most fleshed out in the three-dimensional, well-rounded, and relatable. Next to no one. So, yeah. After the Avenger blow up film because Captain America gets distracted and forgets to lead a team, the Secretary of State pushed the Avengers in place and points out that they are literally considered a loose cannon and a national threat. And that something the government can no longer tolerate because the citizens have become too afraid of the Avengers. And that they are literally, they're not on a leash, and they literally are a loose cannon. And everything that General, Stryker, now Secretary Stryker of the state, is 100% right to what he says about the Avenger team. And Captain America is 100% paranoid and wrong. It's that simple. And Tony Stark is 100% right. And paranoid. Bucky is just an excuse to convince Cap that he's doing the right thing. So he can lie to himself that he's still acting like a hero when he's really kind of acting like a criminal. So after this other bombing happens, the King of Wakanda, T'Challa's father, gets blown up. And he gets caught in the middle of the explosion and dies. And T'Challa's hand, and he vows vengeance upon his father and to kill Bucky himself and take matters in his own hands. and therefore he puts on the Black Panther suit. That his father, there's a good chance that was his old father's Black Panther suit when he was still in his old age, and still the king of Wakanda, because the Black Panther, it literally is the protector of Wakanda, and it's basically Wakanda's own superhero. The Black Panther, and know that you can only be the Black Panther if you're the king of Wakanda, which T'Challa gladly takes on the mantle of king, but not through anger and hatred and vengeance. He takes on the mantle of the Black Panther. At least we think he's taking on the mantle of the Black Panther until Black Panther movie happens where he can't take on the mantle unless he wins a stupid contest. Then he can get the powers of the Black Panther, when it clearly shows he's plain capable of handling himself without the powers in the first Black Panther movie called Captain America Civil War. It's almost like this Black Panther movie was made not to tell a good story with T'Challa, for T'Challa as the main protagonist, but rather this excuse as a corporate cash and to reboot the character to make him more marketable, while having Killmonger as the main protagonist instead of T'Challa's Black Panther. That's what Black Panther's about. Why do you think put him in the main title, Black Panther, and call the movie Black Panther? Well, I'm guessing they probably knew that they wouldn't make nearly as much Mulan broke box office records like they end up doing if they put Killmonger in the main title and call it the Killmonger movie instead of the Black Panther movie. That's it. That settles it. And the same goes for Captain America Civil War. They probably don't want to put Black Panther in the title in the Captain America Civil War movie and title it Black Panther Civil War because no one knew who he was before Civil War and wasn't sure if he was going to be a marketable success. So they decided to put him in and give him a great character arc and not have him and have the audience convinced that Black Panther is not the hero of the film or the main protagonist, but Steve Rogers, Captain America, even he's just the annoying jackass, whiny Yankee bitch of the film. And who the whiny jackass and Yankee little bitch of the Black Panther film? None other than T'Challa himself, Black Panther. Oh, they really butchered him. He is nothing outside of being played by Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther from Civil War, and having the same suit, the Black Panther suit. He literally is a hollow shell of T'Challa from Civil War. One, T'Challa from Civil War is not a pushover, doesn't take shit from anyone, not even the fucking Captain America himself. Or any of the Avengers. So why would he take shit from anybody like the FBI agent that points at T'Challa and says that I'm a better being than you, blah, 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 blah. And he says, okay. And let's be a pushover. And that's what happens in the Black Panther movie from 2018. They basically completely rebooted T'Challa, gave a hard reboot to T'Challa's character and scraped out of everything that made him interesting, likable, or relatable, or a strong leader, or a competent one. So, that's me ranting on Black Panther. And when I think it ruins T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman's character take on T'Challa. Now let's talk me about the real protagonist of Civil War. So, Bucky's now on the run with Captain America. Then Black Panther catches up to them and attempts to kill Bucky, but Black Panther gets and Captain America and Bucky and Falcon get caught in the middle of getting arrested by the government and War Machine, and now they're legally all criminals. Black Panther removes his mask and reveals that he is none other than T'Challa, the new king of Wakanda. They take a ride to the new Avengers headquarters is. And T'Challa remains mostly silent and just has this very strong, intimidating look, staring staring in the distance, and says that nothing will stop me from taking my father's, from taking your buddy's life to avenge my father. Nothing will stand in my way. He says to Captain America and Falcon when they're in the same vehicle. So, and he then teams up with the Team Stark to get vengeance on his father. And only to get vengeance on his father, to kill Bucky Barnes, also known as the Winter Soldier, also known as in this continuity, ex-Winter Soldier, as in he's retired from the Winter Soldier in this Bucky Barnes. Again. Where he remembers who he is and has pretty much all of his memories back. And has PTSD and on the run. The Team Stark with Black Panther meets up with Team Captain America at the airport, and they go into a really epic battle scene. The only one that's not holding punches is Black Panther, because he's really trying to kill Bucky. Everyone else is holding punches, even Bucky Barnes, because he's just trying to avoid, even though he's trying to avoid, until everyone's is not going their full strength, but only going using 50% of strength, except for Black Panther, and he's destroying Bucky's ass. And he's really kicking his ass. He's moving so quickly with so much anger built into him over the loss of his father. So after Bucky says, "I didn't kill your father," Black Panther responds to Bucky with this question: "Then why did you run?" And Black Panther ends up getting out by Black Widow while helping Steve and Bucky escape for the sake of friendship. And ends up backstabbing at this Team Stark by Black Panther, also known as T'Challa, the King of Wakanda. Instead, T'Challa ends up getting his suit back from the government because it's Wakanda property, whereas Captain America's shield has to actually get stolen back, and so does Falcon's gear because it's government property, those two things. So, Black Panther hunts Captain Bucky down to where Baron Zemo's lair is, where they're heading, and so does Iron Man, after finding out that Captain America is really trying to do the right thing, and that he's not as right as he thought he was about Cap. Tony Stark. So he goes to help lend Captain America a helping hand with Bucky too, as a friend. He comes as a friend. Black Panther ends up meeting them to the same, ends up running to the same location, but not as a friend, more as a vendetta towards Bucky for his father. Because see, this won't stop. Then Baron Zemo outsmarts the Avengers by having Tony Stark turn on Captain America and Bucky by finding out that Bucky killed Tony's parents years ago when he was just a kid. His mom and dad in a car accident. And he created the car accident, Bucky did, when he was being brainwashed by Hydra as the Winter Soldier, as the active Winter Soldier, and murdered them in cold blood on camera. And Zemo has the footage to prove it to Stark. And Captain America knew. This is what makes Tony turn on not just Bucky, but Cap too. And whips their asses. And then Captain America starts whipping Stark's ass and they all whip their own ass. While Black Panther has his eyes on the prize and has his eyes on the prize and is taking for keeps by going straight to the source of his problems after he hears that it really wasn't Bucky that caused the explosion, but Baron Zemo. So he goes to his tire changed from Bucky right to Baron Zemo, and this one you're saying he's about to take his life and decapitate him. He decides that he sees what has become of him because of vengeance. He sees what's become of Baron Zemo because of the loss of his family, because he sees vengeance has consumed his life and took in control, and now it's consuming the Avengers and Bucky, and he decides rather than to kill and take man's life, he decides to forgive him and bring him to justice and not let vengeance consume and control his life. And he stops him from pulling the trigger on himself. Black Panther stops Baron Zemo from pulling the trigger on himself with his quick reflex and knocks him out cold and delivers his line saying, "The living are not finished with you yet." Yeah, so there you have it. Baron Zemo was the one that killed his father. But it gets better. Black Panther completely forgets about that Baron Zemo was the one that that caused the explosion and killed his father by accident because he wasn't supposed to die in the explosion. Instead, they have Claw say that the one that was in Age of Ultron, you know, that guy, that arm steel is Claw, that was in Age of Ultron that pulled the line about cuttlefish and was supposed to be a joke but came across most awkward and funny. Yes, that Claw. He now actually has his robotic arm now, and now is taking on now it's called Claw more consistently than just in one scene. In Black Panther movie, the 2018 film. So it tells us, Black Panther tells us that not Baron Zemo killed Charles' father, like in Civil War, by accident because he wasn't supposed to die in the explosion, but people were supposed to die. But Claw was the one that not is only one responsible for his father's death, Charles' father's death, the old Black Panther, but he also kills him in cold blood, and that is why he's supposed to bring him back to Wakanda to face justice. He ends up not delivering that, well, because he gets outsmarted by Claw and by Killmonger, and Killmonger ends up taking Claw's life anyway by backstabbing and brings him to Wakanda as a peace offering. Then he becomes king after winning the Wakanda fight and killing T'Challa. T'Challa gets resurrected, by which this plan that only the King of Wakanda is supposed to have. So the sister commits treason by stealing the plant and giving it to T'Challa. Then it turns into every average bad CGI fight, and for a comic book film. So, how the Civil War ends? Well, the Avengers are friends now. Tony and Cap are buddies again, and Cap apologizes and leaves a note for Tony Stark and apologizes and says that he realized he was wrong about keeping the secret of Bucky killing his parents, and realized he was being selfish and not protecting him like he thought he was, like he lied to himself. So Cap offers a cell phone that leaves that instantly calls Captain America. If Tony Stark ever needs help, one day he'll be there as a friend, and that's his comrade as a Avenger. While the bad guy Baron Zemo gets put behind bars, and it's really high-tech CIA prison that's meant to keep supervillains with superpowers, not just supervillains with no superpowers, which is what Baron Zemo is. And that is Civil War, the ending. Oh, and T'Challa, well, he brought Bucky to Wakanda and planning on treating him so he can get over his PTSD and also find inner peace. And help treat Bucky. So whenever they say those words, that turns him back into Winter Soldier mode. He will find inner peace and get over it, and won't be brainwashed anymore by saying those simple words. That are way too many. Which mostly sounds like gibberish. Anyway, that is my review on the real protagonist of Civil War, which is Black Panther. So that's why, as a Black Panther movie, I give it a 10 out of 10 for being that great. Okay. How does Black Panther 2018? Well, it gets a 4 out of 10. No, 2 out of 10 for a Black Panther movie. But whopping 5 out of 10 for a movie in general as an average. But 10 out of 10 for a Killmonger story, who was the main protagonist. So, if you were expecting Black Panther, a big Black Panther fan like me, more than you're a Killmonger fan, you're going to be quite disappointed with Black Panther. And because he's not the main protagonist. But if you're still a big Black Panther film, even after seeing the atrocious train wreck that is Civil War, which is a pretty mediocre movie, but terrible Black Panther movie on its own, because Black Panther got nothing to do with, no flaws or obstacles to overcome like Killmonger, it's going to more piss you off than intrigue you. But if you're still a Black Panther fan and you haven't if you're still Black Panther film after Black Panther movie and still want to see a good Black Panther movie, look none other than but you want to see not just a good Black Panther movie, but a good Black Panther movie, a great fantastic Black Panther movie that's a 10 out of 10 with no one else but Chadwick Boseman plays the Black Panther, King T'Challa, then look no other than Captain America Civil fucking War. So go see that and put Black Panther the movie 2018's release down and trade it in for Captain America Civil War because you owe yourself as a Black Panther film, especially if you're a child Black Panther fan like me, because you know how awesome he is in comic book lore, and know how underwhelming he is in his own standalone film called Black Panther, but that's not the case for Captain America Civil War. He rules in Captain America Civil War. And that is the best. Sadly, that is the best performance of Chad Baldwin we get as his run as Black Panther. But it's one hell of a performance because the writing is superior and at its peak in Civil War when it comes to Chad Baldwin's run as Black Panther. The worst the writing gets is the one in his own standalone movie called Black Panther, where he's not even the main protagonist, but Killmonger is. For T'Challa's Black Panther, that's the worst it gets. But you want to see where the writing is at the best? See Civil War, where he made his debut as the King of fucking Wakanda. And that's why Captain America Civil War gets a 10 out of 10 for a Black Panther movie. But gets a 4 out of 10 for a Captain America film. But gets a 10 out of 10 for an Avengers film. 4 is bad. 4 out of 10 is bad. It's below average. Only slightly below average. 5 out of 10 is not bad. This is average or mediocre at best. So, yep, that's all I gotta say. See Captain America Civil War, the superior Black Panther film.